Hey, how are you? We are back for our second podcast.
Number two. This is awesome.
This is awesome. This is good. We're back. We're back
And
for a second time. So that's
we've
that's
got
progress.
some caffeine
Yes, we
from
got
the
coffee
Bants
to take us
Australia.
through the podcast.
Yeah, it is amazing. I come here every day for this.
Yeah, have a little city. You probably might have noticed that Jade has semi lost her voice a little bit.
Oh
So
yeah,
we've um we've actually got this microphone plugged in and working this time, which
yeah.
we can see the thing moving on the iPad. So theoretically,
You should be able
it's
to hear me.
recording and it looks like it's counting down, so it's doing something. So we're good. We're good.
We'll
So
see,
hopefully
see how this goes.
we've got the backup audio working as well, just in case.
Yeah.
So, since the last time we were around,
We had a launch party.
we had the launch party.
We did. It
Oh,
was pretty cool.
and yeah, yeah. Talk about the
Tell me a
elephant
story
in the
about
room.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had my hair done. So I was wearing a cap in the last podcast. So you
Yeah.
probably like it's not a if you've only seen the podcast and you haven't looked at the photos, you won't have seen a big change. But if you look at the photos actually that are attached to the YouTube channel,
Yeah.
to our Facebook page,
It's
Instagram, SoundCloud, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You'll see that I have no hair on my head, but I do now,
Yeah, it looks awesome.
and I'm kind of loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot having to deal with hair again. Um, you can't just get up in the morning and run out the door, which
Mm-mm.
is
Need
having.
to.
But having said that, if you do the prep work, so what I've done is I've put pre-styler into it. So theoretically, all I have to do is put some dry shampoo through it if I need to. Um, Rub a bit of water through it, kind of style it up, add tiny bit more gel, maybe a bit of hairspray, and I'm out the door.
This is my prep work.
Yes. Yeah.
That is it. That is it. And a bit of a brush and then just
Yeah.
tie it up when I can't be bothered doing my hair.
Yeah.
Which is just about every day.
But it's been surprisingly easy to look after actually. It's you get the hair dryer on it and it does take a little bit longer to dry, and I've been wearing a lot of hats, which is cool, so you kind of get the
Really cool.
front piece thing situation going on.
You'll see, we'll put some photos up of the launch party.
Yeah, so we've got
really cool.
a bunch of photos and we've got a little bit of video that may or may not be used because I don't know how great it is, but we've done it.
Yeah, probably just put it on like a side video on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
Enjoy
So
it.
the first report on the hair is things are good. Things are working fine. They're doing the job, and I'm liking it. It's an interesting one because when I first put it on, it took a while to get used to, right? Because I haven't had hair in such a long time that it's weird seeing yourself in the mirror with it again. And then you kind of obsess about the fact that, oh my God, maybe people can tell and maybe they can see a hairline. And, luckily I haven't, I've explained it to friends and stuff and they've obviously seen it. Everyone is completely accommodating towards it. That's fine. There's a few of my old clients that I haven't seen yet. So the next time I see them, they're going to be like, who are you and what are you doing here?
And it's the complete opposite of, like, I get my hair done. I want everyone to notice. I've gone from dark to blonde, and they need to notice that.
Yeah, absolutely.
There has been a
Absolutely.
huge change, and you need to comment. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, and if people ask, I'm going to be totally open about it. To be perfectly frank, I have no choice. So the guys, the guys that did it, part of the original agreement was that I was perfectly happy, film a video, put me on the internet, it's all good. It just so happens to have gone slightly viral in New Zealand, um, so there's no hiding from it really. People will see it, and hey, you know what? If it helps their business and they get a whole bunch more clients from it, then that's a bonus, right? And
hopefully we'll be able to have them on the show and talk to you about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So they can kind of give you the whole rundown of the process and how it works, and where the orders come from, and maintenance and all that sort of stuff, which is good for me because it'll also be good to get more of that stuff because you can never have too much. But no, it's good. We went to the launch party and we danced and we were in relatively warm spaces and it held up fine, which is let us know what you think, right? It's if I wear so I wore a beanie yesterday, a purple one. And on my slow walk to the office, I had a sudden realization that I looked like Link from Zelda.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So
I'm the only one who doesn't know what that is. So
it's
after this,
yeah,
we're
we're gonna
gonna.
I'm gonna take her on a journey and show who Link is. But if anybody knows, you'll probably be able to see it. Um,
Make a
blonde
colour
pixie hair.
comparison.
Had I been wearing a green hoodie or hoodie
Beanie.
beanie, it would have been more obvious.
Maybe we should get a green beanie.
We should get a green beanie. I think it'd
And
be cool.
then put it side to side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yes, I realized that I look like Link, and we have a lot of people in New Zealand that like computer games, and I suspect a few people that saw me as I walked past were like, "Hey, that's the guy from the computer game."
Game
Yeah, blue eyes and
Yeah.
blonde hair and a hoodie, so it's a beanie even. What am I talking about? But no, it's been good, and I'm enjoying it, and we will continue to give you regular updates on it because it's cool. I'm really liking it.
Yeah.
I'm really liking it, and I'm having to keep flicking it out of my eyes and stuff, but you know what?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's really is the cut that I chose, right? So it's kind of, as you can tell, it's kind of long. But I was like, you know what? I want it to be a little bit. I don't want it to be just like short hair on my head. It's like,
Just point then.
yeah, exactly. Like I might as well have just stayed the way I was. So yeah, hair report, good. We will bring you another report on the next podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, the launch party.
It was awesome. I had an awesome night. I hope you had an awesome night.
Yeah,
We
it was
kind of
fantastic.
chatted during it sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people turned up,
Yeah.
which was
really
fantastic.
Good. Thank you everyone who came.
Yeah,
We know
yeah.
you're gonna
Thanks
watch
a lot.
this because you love us.
Yep.
But yeah, big thank you to everyone who made it there. That was awesome. It was a great night, I think.
Yeah, it was a really good night, and we started sort of 8 o'clock ish. We were there early-ish.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, there were some people there before us,
Yeah.
which was good.
Fashionably late,
Yeah,
you know.
fashionably late to our own event. We had intended on getting there at 7, but
Yeah,
if things got in the way, and we decided to pre-drink because
that's important.
absolutely, like save yourself some money. So we went to our friend David's house, who has a apartment in the city close to where we needed to go. Had a couple of gins on the deck, and then we
Red Bull
headed.
vodka.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, you were
Got
drinking
me
Red Bull and
hyped
vodka. Grey Goose, in fact.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so it was
Because
good
I'm
vodka. It was
fancy.
yeah,
I
it
think
was
I
good
ruined it a
vodka.
bit
Yeah,
with Red
well,
Bull.
no, it was fine. I think I ruined it because I put too much in. But you sometimes need to overmix. I think because like I can't drink. Actually, I don't even like vodka that much, to be honest. I'd much rather drink gin, which I was drinking. Hendrix, of course. If you're going to drink gin, drink Hendrix. If you haven't tried it, please try it. It's the best gin in the world. Personal opinion. However, there was no cucumber. I had to have it with lime, and I was a little bit vexed. But brush it off. It was free, right?
Yeah.
Free booze.
Yeah, we went to Astrid's, so that's
Yeah.
where the
So
event
yeah, we
was.
headed down to Astrid's on 4th Street.
Really cool space, really cool venue. And I tried a lot of the different cocktails. They have an amazing cocktail that comes in a tiki glass, and it is.
Oh, I didn't
awesome.
try that. Like I
It
saw
is
I saw a
amazing.
couple
I
of
had
people
about
drinking
3
it.
of them.
What was in it?
I don't know. It tastes quite limey.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Like it had a really nice zing to it, and you couldn't taste the alcohol in it. So I went down a tree, and I think I had a sculling contest with my brother-in-law through a straw. I was on fire for the rest of the night. It was great. Of course, we did their token pea pots.
Yeah. So we'll put a photo of him up, and actually, just we need to apologise if you can hear airplanes in the background because for some unknown reason they decided to fly past today.
Maybe they've got
And
some,
we've got more lighting going on in here, so it's quite warm. So we've left the doors open a little bit. We apologise. I'll try and black it out as much as possible. But you know what? This is what happens when you do everything on a dime. It's good. Remember, I'm cheap. So yeah, so the pea pot. So there's a back to it. They've got a. It's like a big mountain goat, like a big stuffed mountain goat in the bar, and he's got a thing around his neck and it says Jeffrey. So you can buy a Jeffrey's pea pot, which comes in a little teapot with 4 little cups, and it's amazing. I don't know what's in it. It's a secret recipe. They won't tell us, but it's super fruity. It kind of tastes like there might be lychees in it.
I want to say it's like a mango-y kind of taste. It is.
It's the color of mangoes,
down
right?
a
Oh my,
treat.
yeah, it does. You put it down, and it's like game over before you know what happens because you get up and walk, and it's like, I shouldn't have drunk that much.
Yeah, no,
But it's
really good.
super tasty.
Yeah.
And actually worth it if you're doing it in rounds because you get quite a few little teacups out of it, which is good.
Yeah, they normally come with 4 teacups depending on your group.
Yeah.
And you can get 2 or 3 out of it depending on how full you make them, and obviously we make them really full.
Mm-hmm. Shot them down, which is good.
Yeah, definitely put sort of like a photo slideshow.
Yeah, we've got some photos of kind of the stuff that we
Yeah.
did, but I spotted those tiki classes, but I didn't have one. I don't know why.
Oh, see, I saw them the last time. We've gone there a few times. It's really good. And I saw them, and when I went, I asked my brother-in-law, what do you feel like to drink, and he didn't know, so I said, right, I'm just going to get you one.
Yeah.
I thought I'd get myself one as well, and they were amazing. I think we had 2 or 3 of them.
So yeah, that's next on my list to try.
Yeah,
I think I think I spent a lot of the night drinking gin.
yeah. I was normally bourbon and coke. I had some kind of a shot.
Oh, I
I
had Zambuca in the end because somebody else wouldn't
yeah.
drink it, and that was I actually quite like Zambuca. I like the
I love
licorice.
Zambuca.
Yeah,
Love it. I can drink a bottle of
yeah.
it.
It wasn't flaming, thankfully. It was
Yeah.
just the
No, I do
regular
like the flaming
kind.
ones. Those are cool. But this shot, I will find out what it's called.
Yeah.
It
Wasn't it rocket
literally,
fuel or something?
it tasted like I was just drinking petrol.
Yeah, I think it was
It
called
was
rocket fuel.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
No, like, don't, no, just give me more Zambuca.
I'm not a big fan of shots to be
Yeah.
honest. It's like you immediately end the night.
Well, I went on for ages, so
We did.
I was good.
We went
Yeah.
on for a long time after that.
Yeah, I think we probably left there about 1:30 maybe.
Yeah, I reckon it must have been. Yeah, it must have been around that time when because we inadvertently created a reunion.
Yes.
So a lot of the people that go to the bar or frequent the bar used to work where Astrid worked, and then we also kind of worked semi next to
Yeah.
that business. So when we invited a whole bunch of people to come for us, they all ran into each other, and then it turned into a big reunion, which was
Yeah.
good actually, because I was like, I don't think a lot of those people would have got together just on their own.
No, no, and some of them like I left there 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
The company. So some of them I haven't seen for about 4 years or something like that. It was really good to catch up, and we just sort of hit off on the same. There's no weird spaces between us. You've just
No, it's like
it's really
you
good.
saw them yesterday. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We then sort of went on down to the viaduct.
Yeah.
Probably.
Which is
Yeah.
kind of so it is literally a viaduct.
Yeah.
And when they redid the waterfront in Auckland quite a while back, the plan was so Auckland's known as the city of sails, right? So there's boats literally everywhere, and in the front they've got kind of the America's Cup boats and kind of some of the racing boats, and then a whole bunch of private boats, and there's like fishing charters and stuff. But all along that area, they've put bars and restaurants in. So we went to a place called Dr. Rudy's,
Yeah.
which is really one of the only rooftop bars we've got in Auckland. Like I don't know of many. Like there's
Yeah,
4th
down
Street
there.
Union and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's kind of closed in. But it's only rooftop bar in the area
Yeah.
anyway. It's kind of cool. It's got a bowling alley in the back of it.
I didn't even know that.
Did you not know that?
No.
So
It was
when
my
you
first time going.
yeah,
Yeah.
so when you come in the doors, there's a big bar in front of you.
Yeah.
If you turn left and go towards the bathrooms,
I didn't
on the
know.
so yeah, on the
I
other
just
side of the
went to
bathrooms, there's
yeah.
2 bowling lanes. It's amazing.
So we need to go to this place more often because I don't get out much.
Yeah.
I've spent the last sort of had a little bit of a outing in between, and then probably about 8 years not really doing much. So
Yeah.
I need to experience this whole, going out, social scene.
Yeah, no, Dr. Rudy's is cool. It's I think they brew a lot of their own beers because when you stood at the bar, there's like big, like I don't know if they're there for show. I suspect they're brewing something, but there's big like silver brewing machines. I don't know what they call them, but there's like a whole brewing system in the back of the bar. And that was when I switched to beer, which was a hell of a bad idea.
Mm.
I should have stuck to gin. I didn't finish the beer actually because I was like, this is gonna just be a Technicolor yawn, and I was like, that's not gonna happen. So no, but it was good. It was good. We actually found a seat, which
Yeah.
was quite impressive because
Yeah.
the place was rammed full of people.
We had a decent sized group with us. It wasn't just a few of
Yeah,
us.
we didn't. We kind of
Yeah,
maintained a
about 10.
relatively large group the whole way
Yeah.
across the evening, which was good. But yeah, no, it was good. We sat outside, had a few drinks, and then from there we shifted because it got to that time of the night when people just start throwing up on themselves.
Yeah.
Not us, other people in the bar.
Yeah.
Some chick was, she was leaning over the edge of a table right near us, and I was like, this is it, we're out, because I'm not dealing with this, because as soon as that smell hits me, it's going to be game over, right?
No, I'm out.
Yeah, hard,
I'm
like,
with it. Yeah.
it's just going to start being sympathy, like, not even sympathy, we're just
Yeah.
going to join into like
Yeah.
a symphony of, exactly, let's get the hell out of there. Exactly. So we ducked out of there pretty fast because I was like,
Yeah.
hell, I'm not hanging. Like, and it
I'm
was
out,
just,
tapped out.
there's a lot of, it's frequented by quite young people,
Mm.
like younger than us.
Yeah.
which is fine because they're going to spend
That's what
money
they
and they've got
do.
money to spend,
But
and exactly they're going to go out and drink. But I was like, I'm not getting into that buzz because
mm,
I know where my limit is.
I think that's what we learn when you grow up. We now know where we can drink to, so we don't have to go get completely wasted.
Oh,
We like to actually go out and enjoy ourselves and
absolutely.
yeah.
Those days are well behind me. I did all that in London when
Mm,
you would go out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday every week
yeah.
without fail. Um, you'd work, so you'd go to
Yeah.
work the next morning, and then as soon as work was done, you'd head out for drinks,
Yeah.
and then you'd have dinner, and then by the time you were finished partying and stuff, it was 3, 4 in the morning again, and you have to get up at 9 to go back to work. So it
Mm,
was, I've done it, and it was fun, but I'm not
no.
doing it again because now if
Mind
I
you,
drink, it takes me 3 days to get back together.
um,
But actually, I was all right after
yeah,
this. I was surprisingly good.
I
But
had a bit of a night because we went down to Green, right next
yeah,
door,
so we tried to get into another bar. What was it called?
Danny
Danny
Doolan's, which
Doolan's.
is a really nice bar, but it was packed and
Seriously, it
you
was
know,
so there were people just like spilling out into the
yeah,
street outside of it, and they charge you to get into it. And
yeah,
I'm above paying for a bar. I'm like, no,
yeah.
I'm not paying you $10 to go in,
If
and
it's
it's only $10, but
yeah, if
it's the
it's good,
principle
I
of the
will do
matter.
it. But I have a personal space. I like my personal space, and I get extremely angry and riled up at anything. But especially if you're bumping into me, I'm really short, as you may have seen from the standing
Yeah,
podcast.
absolutely.
So it's just like these
Yeah,
giants are towering above me, pushing me around, and I don't like it. I get really feisty and it just ruins my night. So we went to Degree.
yeah, which is
There was heaps of space. They were playing
yeah, it was
good
good.
music. They had
We
some
couldn't take drinks
90s.
outside though, which was a bit annoying.
Yeah, because most of our party, I'm a chain smoker, most of our party are smokers, so like to dance and have a drink while we're outside, but it was fine.
No, it's fine.
It
We
sort of
just
made us stay inside and dance
yeah,
together a bit, which
absolutely.
is
Which
kind of
was good. Oh
cool.
my God, and there were these chicks who turned up
Ugh,
with literally the most amazing shoes I've ever
they
seen in
said they
my
were
entire life.
sneakers.
They were sneakers, which
Surely we can get these in heels.
I hoped. Well, I don't know. I don't care. Um, but they were like super light up shoes. I've actually got video, and I'll try and clip it in somewhere.
I think
Because I was like totally filming their shoes. It was amazing. It was so
think of
good.
little kids when they have the light up running shoes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
It
you
was
can kind of,
just like that.
but it was all the way around.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just the back.
No,
And
it was amazing.
they were amazing. They were just.
Yeah.
I was like, I need your shoes.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were,
I want heels in that because I need
yeah,
heels.
yeah. So you can see above the crowd.
Yeah. So when we were at that bar, it was about 2:30, and I realised I've one of my friends left a little bit earlier than us. She was sober driver and heading home and whatnot. And I took a big bag out and I gave her that to take home with her. So at this bar, 2:30 in the morning, I realised she's got my keys.
Yep.
So it's my car keys, which it was at home, I haven't driven, but my house keys on it as well. And I live with flatmates. And I was like, well, they've gone out tonight. Maybe they're still up. I text my friend, I text my flatmates. Didn't hear anything from it. So I was like, right, well, we've got to stay out as long as possible.
Which we did.
Yeah, I was getting picked up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So, had another dance, kept on going.
Until they threw us out because they turned the lights on.
Yeah.
And then it was like, as soon as the lights come on,
Yeah.
you know it's time to get the hell out of there.
Literally, time tapped out, game over.
So yeah, we boosted back to kind of where we came from.
Yeah.
There was like a
24-hour
24-hour.
burger, breakfast,
Yeah.
pizza, pasta place.
It was
It's
pretty
right down
good.
the road from work for me, which is really bad.
Yeah, so we walked all the way back to where we started,
Yeah.
slowly kind of dragging people along,
Yeah.
and
Mostly me because
yeah,
I
I
just
think
complain
everyone's
about
feet were
everything.
munted by the end of it.
Yeah.
And then we went and got food, and the food was okay.
I didn't even get food. I drank so much that I just felt I didn't feel sick, but it was just so much sugar that I'd had.
Yeah.
That I was just like, I can't even, which was really bad because I wanted to eat such good food. Some char grill on 4th Street of
Yeah, it was good.
Auckland.
It was good.
Yeah, when I first started working in town, I saw this place open 24 hours and I thought, I'm never going in there. What the hell?
Yeah, it looked in its old location. It looked super dodgy. Like it
Yeah.
did not look like the sort of place you want to eat food from.
No, but it is amazing. It's really good prices, really good food, massive portions. It's just, and especially on a night out, it's perfect.
Yeah, it was absolutely perfect because the city does have a habit of kind of just shutting down at a certain point. So finding we could have gone to Denny's, but actually that was uphill and that wasn't going to happen.
Not going to happen, and not Macca's.
No, and KFC closed at 2 a.m., which
Yeah.
sucked. So we missed it by 3 hours.
Yeah, they've opened a KFC, which has
It's like
dine-in,
it's
sit-in.
it's like table service.
Yeah, that's the one.
So I don't know whether this is unique to Auckland/New Zealand, but it's the most bizarre. Like so, It looks super flash. Like it doesn't look like a normal
I haven't
KFC.
actually. Oh, we kind of
Um,
walked past
yeah,
it.
we kind of walked past, but it's like white tiles everywhere, and um, yeah, it's just, and it's like they've done they've done so much design work to it. Like they've got a big his big bow tie thing like on the wall with like backlit.
If anyone's actually looked at the KFC logo, it's got a bow tie with the little dangly
Yeah, the
bits,
little dangly bits.
but it looks like that's his legs and his body with a giant head. Once you see it, you cannot unsee that. It is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I've actually never spotted that. Now I'm going to
I'm
see
going
that, and
to
it's
show
going
you
to ruin
after
it for
this.
my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they've got kind of, and when you go in, there's like self-service terminals like McDonald's. So I don't know whether this is unique to New Zealand because
Yeah.
we're like a test country, right? So we get all these random things. Like we were one of the first to get the make your own at McDonald's, which didn't last very long. That's gone,
I've
sadly.
never had one.
It was so good. It was so good. Um, so now there's KFC, right? So you go in, you order on a terminal, you kind of pick what you want, and then you take a seat, and they bring you the food, which is cool. I've heard it takes about 20 minutes for your food to turn up, and I'm like, fast food, I'm not waiting 20 minutes,
No,
right? Even
not for
McDonald's was
KFC.
faster than that. I
Yeah.
know, right? And the thing is, we have very little choice when it comes to fried chicken here. So you can go super expensive to like a southern restaurant. So we can
Yeah.
go to like Miss Claudie's or one of those places,
Orleans.
Orleans. But
Yeah.
if we haven't got like a Popeyes, we don't have other.
I don't even know what that is.
It's good. We don't have alternates, so KFC is kind of our go-to for that type of stuff. And seriously, if you're gonna get chicken, you go to a chicken restaurant. Like, don't go to McDonald's and order chicken. Um, but it's great. But the best thing about it, totally, is that there are shakers on all the tables that have the spice in it, so you can just cover all your food in the chicken spice.
Yeah. We may need to go try this.
Yeah, I think we need to try it. But
I'm
you
not
used
the
to work at
biggest-
KFC
yeah.
like back in the
I'm not
day.
the biggest fan of KFC. I mean, it's
Yeah.
alright, but I don't actually like chicken on the bone. So the fried chicken's actually wasted on me.
Yeah.
Just like the skin, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to work at KFC sort of when I left school, and that was fun. You know,
And is it like
had a group of us that used to go to school
yeah,
and all work together, so it was kind of cool working with your friends. But it really sucked leaving school and working full time at KFC.
absolutely.
So I nicked that job quite soon. Yeah.
But is it like they say in the ads where it's like all these hand chosen pieces of chicken and it's like it doesn't all come in a frozen bag, right? You just throw it in the fryer, or does it? Because
Am I allowed to give this away?
I don't know, maybe you're gonna get like arrested by the chicken police or something. But like I've seen like clips on Facebook where they're like there's one dude like patting the chicken down and checking make sure it's right, and then I'm like it's fast food, it must just come in a frozen bag and you
It was sort of like everything comes semi prepackaged,
Yeah.
but they still put it through all the spices and
Oh, okay.
cook it. It's not like pre-crumbed and everything like that.
right,
It's,
okay,
it's just chicken
that
and
you
then
have to
sort it
you
out
do your
and
thing
cook
with.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I worked there for ages and I still ate from the same one that I worked at.
yeah, so
Not
it's
too much.
yeah.
But
There's no such thing as too much KFC.
yeah,
It's amazing. But yeah, we need to try that one. It looks pretty
yeah.
it looks good. We'll report back
Yeah,
when we
give a
do.
review. Just stop being like.
Because
full
KFC can
review.
be hit and miss, right? Because some of them you
It's
get like the
pretty
chicken's
much-
dry or it's like
Yeah.
caked in grease. It's
I find that
not that I'm a chicken connoisseur or anything.
no, I find that here that it's definitely gone down from when I was a bit younger.
Yeah.
And I find, it may be completely different because I've been out of South Africa for 15 years, but the chicken there was a lot drier in a good way.
Mm.
It wasn't as oily and just saturated. But I have no idea. I might go back there now and be like, it's
And it'd be
exactly the
gross.
same.
Yeah. But the menus are definitely different because in the UK it's different as
Yeah.
well. Like the burgers are not made the same way.
Yeah.
And I don't remember getting mashed potato in the UK.
I know.
Like maybe they've got it now, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember that even being an option. I think you could get gravy, but you couldn't get the mashed potato,
I'm
which
pretty
is
sure
weird.
I don't like mash. Like,
Oh, I love the
can't
KFC
stand mash.
mash.
I don't like the consistency.
That's good.
So
But it's powdered, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. There ain't no one peeling potatoes in
No.
that place. But yeah, that always amazes me how menus can like differ so much because I think our McDonald's is actually pretty good. Like even when we
See,
compare it back to the UK,
Not a
like
fan.
we've got like these Mighty Angus and Grand Angus and all these things that I don't know if they. Well, I haven't been back to the UK in 4 years, so I have no idea. But I don't remember seeing them. Like I remember never eating McDonald's in the UK
Yeah.
because it was not good.
No, it sort of just came out before we moved over here, they sort of popped up in South Africa and they didn't do so well. And we had other burger chains that were really good. And I still miss them now, like Steers and Spur was mainly a restaurant, but sort of similar thing. And so Macca's popped up, but it wasn't every corner like where it is here.
Well, no, but because when we left South Africa in '94, I'd never eaten at McDonald's.
No,
Like
it
never. It
wasn't
wasn't
here.
even a thing, right? So
Yeah.
it didn't exist. And when we first got to the UK, I remember because we had Wimpy, right? Like that's
Yeah.
killing it old school. But we we went like we had no concept how to order from the Burger King menu when we went to the UK because everything was so like it was just like things. Everything
Yeah.
had a name and it was all like this stuff on it. So my parents took us and they were like, "Well, we just want burgers,
Yeah.
just burgers." And when you order just burgers in somewhere like McDonald's or
Yeah.
um, Burger King, that's literally what you get: two pieces of bread with a bun, like a patty in it with nothing
Yeah.
on it. And we were like,
Um,
Burger King is shit. And then when we
yeah.
figured out how the menu works, we were like, oh, actually, we're morons.
Yeah. I think that, like, especially in South Africa, there wasn't many drive-through places.
No,
Like, I remember the KFC that we used to go to, you could order and wait there and then take it away, but you wouldn't actually drive through. Like, I don't actually remember
no,
that
I'd
many
actually, I
drive-throughs.
we didn't have any
Yeah.
drive-through KFCs in the UK when I was there. Drive-through was the novelty was when you went into like central London, there would be like a drive-through, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like they weren't everywhere.
No.
But we still have Pizza Huts that you can sit in.
Is it around here? I think there's one in Hamilton.
Yeah, there's one in the whole of New Zealand, but in the UK, you like Pizza Hut is a restaurant you go to. It's
Yeah.
not like a hole in the wall that sells takeaway.
No.
And the Pizza Hut buffet. Oh my god, it's all about the Pizza Hut buffet. But yeah, we don't have that stuff here. It's weird.
No. I think the last one was in Hamilton, but that was years ago now.
Yeah.
I'm talking 2008. I don't know if it's still there. How do we get onto food?
I know, I don't even know, but seriously, we're not like fast food junkies at all. We no, I promise. We do eat like healthy at some points in our lives.
No.
But you haven't you haven't tried the new poke bar that's opened, right?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so it's
I
new.
don't get out, guys. I really don't get out.
It's new to us, and if anybody in Auckland hasn't tried it, there's one on Ponsonby Road. There's actually one on High Street. They're different brands, but it's very good. And I guess the way to describe it is it's kind of like I'm hoping Donburi is an international term and it's not just some word that we made up in New Zealand. But it's like Donburi,
Yeah.
but
Which essentially is
rice,
warm rice,
salads,
cold salad, warm meat.
and meat, yeah,
Sauce.
sauce, right? So, and it's normally like teriyaki chicken and like katsu chicken and stuff.
Yeah,
Like it's
sweet chili
delicious.
chicken.
So it's the same principle.
Yeah.
So when you go into the poke place, you can have rice or you can have salad or you can kind of have both. I had both, and they have regular rice and they have it was green tea rice. Green tea rice, delicious, right? So they put a couple of spoons of rice in, and then they go right now pick some meats, and they had like salmon and tuna and other stuff, chicken. They had random things, but it's lots of it's diced up little pieces of fish, and they put like the spoons on top, and then they put the salad in, and then you put a couple of dressings on, and then they go, "Do you want any toppings like crispy onions and that sort of stuff?" Right? It's delicious. It is absolutely delicious. It's probably more healthy for you than most of that like semi takeout stuff. Um, I appreciate there's a lot of people probably in the States that are going, how is this new? But it is. Actually, even in Europe, because I think they were in Europe before they got here. Um, I think it's like a take on a traditional Hawaiian type style of food. I think that's where the whole concept comes from. But if I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments that I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere. But it's delicious. It's definitely worth trying. It is not a regular food event because it's not cheap. So I think it cost me $20.
I mean, for healthy food, that's not bad, Like, that's the thing. If you go to Macca's and stuff like that, you get things for so cheap. They're
Well,
not
actually,
great. It's not healthy.
oh, it's not good for you. But
Yeah.
actually, even so we talk about like Domino's is big here. It's huge, right?
Yeah.
We've got Pizza Hut and we've got another company called Hell's, which is semi gourmet but like
Yeah.
fast food pizzas. You can get a pizza from Domino's for $5. Like,
Yeah.
seriously? Like, why would you? Obviously, you don't want to eat pizza every day of your
No.
life because it's not good for you. It's delicious, but it's not good for you. But you've got to seriously consider, like, if you really can't be bothered, but they're not on Uber Eats, so you have to use their own app, which is a bit rubbish.
I used UberEATS for the first time, and now I think I've used Uber a total of 4 times in my life. I'm really proud of this because, again, I don't get out. So I
Yeah.
think it's super cool that I've got these apps and I can just be like, take me home at 5:30 in the morning after a launch party where I've got no keys to get in my house, and
Yeah.
I just stand outside for an hour in the cold.
Yeah, and it
Um,
was cold.
it was
It was
freezing,
freezing. Like
and I
we're
had this
supposedly heading
little
towards summer, but I don't
yeah.
believe it.
I had this little cardi like bolero thing on,
Yeah.
and this dress that was long chiffon but short underneath, so I had like no protection.
Yeah.
There's no seats outside my house. My feet were killing me from the night.
Yeah.
I was super happy.
And you had no alcohol either. You couldn't even keep drinking.
No, but luckily my Uber let me stop at the gas station so I could get some cigarettes, because if I'd had no cigarettes and had to wait for an hour,
Someone would have
I would
died.
have been ropeable. I would have
Yeah.
broken a window. But then I wouldn't have been able to do anything because I still didn't have car keys to, and I obviously wouldn't have driven.
No,
But
absolutely.
what am I supposed to do? Uber Eats a packet of cigarettes?
Exactly. Yeah, that's sadly that
Someone
doesn't
needs to
work.
do this.
Somebody does need
Yeah.
to do that. So Uber Eats is, and it's again, it's relatively new to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been, I think it's been around a few months here. It's a goddamn lifesaver.
Again, on Sunday when I had no way of getting anywhere, I could have walked, but I'm not gonna.
No.
And
But it's
it
not
was
that close
pouring
to you.
down with
Yeah, it
rain,
was
so
hideous.
no, I wasn't gonna walk. Yeah, Uber Eats, I think, saved my life on
Yeah.
Sunday.
But the nice thing with Uber Eats is that it's technically fast food, right? But it opens up to more
Yeah, I
to more
wouldn't say
restaurants.
it's
Like
fast food.
you can order from like legitimate restaurants, and they
Yeah.
bring you like actually pretty good food. And I've
Yeah.
ordered from a couple of places where when it's turned up, it's been like laid out in the box the way it would be on the
Yeah.
plate. Like it's really good. I don't use it a lot because I don't like paying for delivery.
I only used it because I had someone's $10 code.
Well, yeah, no. So
Yeah.
actually, we're going to put our Uber Eats codes in the thing, and if anybody wants to use it, if you've never used it before,
Yeah.
I think it's $10 either way, right? So you get
Yeah,
$10 off, we
so-
get $10 on, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
Because I don't like paying $7 for delivery. Well, it's not
It's
six,
$5.99.
$5.99.
Yeah.
Um,
I knew
which
this
to be
because-
fair, when you're hung and it's horrible outside,
Exactly. I was probably, even if I had car keys, I was probably in no state to drive.
yeah.
Yeah. I felt fine, but I don't think I would have passed
No.
a breathalyzer.
But yeah, so McDonald's got real smart, and now they're on Uber Eats. So when it started, there
yeah.
was only like premium type restaurants.
Yeah.
But yeah, McDonald's, and whenever you go into McDonald's now, there's like 1,000 Uber Eats drivers like queuing around the corner to be able to get food because there's so many lame ass people in New Zealand who can't be
Yeah.
bothered to go out.
So I think like with Uber Eats, yeah, I did get McDonald's on Sunday,
Yeah.
and I wasn't impressed. I felt super sick afterwards. It wasn't from the drinking. I really don't like McDonald's, but it's obviously an easy option.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite. But with Uber Eats, you can actually order when you're like, oh, I'm just really craving some Thai, or
Yeah.
I really want some
Yeah, you can get like
Mexican
real good food.
or something like that. You can actually get it delivered. Whereas normally before Uber Eats came out, it was
Oh,
like,
it
what
was-
does delivery? Pizza.
Yeah, or no
Yeah.
one, because most places, like we lived in Devonport for years, and Devonport is kind of New Zealand's equivalent to a British coastal town,
Okay.
like a village even. It's kind of like Bournemouth and places like that, but it's tiny. And we had an Indian restaurant that delivered. That was it.
Yeah. Some Indian places do.
Yeah, because there's things like Menu
Menulog,
Log, which tried, but they didn't do a very
Yeah.
good job of it.
Mm.
But to be fair, we have been favouring McDonald's recently because they're doing that stupid monopoly
Yeah.
thing again, right? So I don't know. Again, this might only happen in New Zealand. But yeah, 1 second.
So
These
this is not just us. We do have a few people getting these for us.
are okay. So the concept is that you play Monopoly.
As you would on a board with different colour.
Yeah, so you
houses and
got to
streets
collect, like you've got to collect all of the streets to
Yeah.
like win prizes and stuff, and like you can collect all the train stations, and it's like good prizes. One of them's a car. Actually, there's a choice of car. There's $5,000 on a prepaid credit card.
So we
There's a
want that.
barbecue.
We want a barbecue because we'll talk about it later, but we
what
are going
else
to actually
is-
move in together next year, so we do need a barbecue.
That's a Samsung tablet. That's nothing.
There was some.
Oh,
For,
Tony, a TV.
Yeah, for
So-
was it half price or free parking?
Yes, but
So
only on weekends.
I wanted that because I thought, oh, here's a month or a year of half price or free parking. It's one evening or nighttime half price parking
It's like,
in the city.
it's like who cares?
What's
Like
the
at that
point?
point, I'm at home.
Yeah, Uber.
Actually, if you go around the corner, you can park for free.
Yeah.
So yeah, and there's lots of like little random instant win things, but I'm pretty convinced this thing is fixed
Yeah.
because we currently have, I think, close to 100 of these tickets.
Again,
And when you,
not just us
not
getting
just,
them.
yeah, exactly, we've got other people doing it for us. And when you buy, so depending on the size of the meal you buy your stuff, it goes like you can get 1 ticket to 4 tickets or whatever. But we have literally got all of the streets bar one in every group,
Yeah,
right? So
and we've got
we,
multiple of
and we've
those.
got multiples of the same ones. And then you get these other stupid things which are called chance cards, which basically just give you the same streets that you already own. Um, but I'm kind of disenfranchised with it at the moment because I don't think we're going to win anything. And like I'm not adding them. I'll put it this way: we didn't go there to purposely buy the tickets, but it was a bit of a.
I did
Oh
because
yeah,
I'd
well,
go
we were
get
buying
large
coffee and stuff, right?
coffees
Yeah,
when I don't need to go get large coffees. If I was on my way here to Graham and he
I make
makes
coffee.
amazing coffees,
Yeah, we've got a coffee machine.
yeah, I'd stop and get us 2 large coffees to get 2 tickets
Two,
or
yeah,
4 tickets.
four
total.
tickets. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and I don't particularly like the actual food at McDonald's, but I have been eating it just to get these damn tickets.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're
But
gonna win something.
there is a second chance draw, so there's a very slim possibility that if they don't give the prizes away, which I suspect they won't, we may win something that way. Because the other thing, right, is that I've cleared, well, I think I've figured it out that like there's obviously maybe 5 cars to give away total, and if they put those tickets like on cups, and then like the cup gets thrown away because it's been crushed, or someone in the restaurant like that will never be won because there's only that number of those tickets. So I'm just not lucky either, I don't think.
No, I think I've won maybe 2 things in my life, and
Yeah.
one was like a folder bookbinder thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep you
One way to
posted,
use
right?
it
Because
for.
if we do win something,
Yeah,
that would be choice. And if anybody has any spare tickets that they don't care about,
and they want to donate.
yeah, let us know because if we win a barbecue, we'll throw a party.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we will
Maybe
absolutely
in
do that.
summer we'll try get on that. What is it? Burger King.
Oh, the
That
Burger King.
backyard
Yeah. So they
barbecue
do the backyard barbecue. Like, if you
thing.
put yourself into like host,
Yeah,
they turn up with like food and a barbecue and everything, and they just like throw a Burger King in the
yeah.
back of your house, which is
And we
amazing.
like to throw shindigs. And
Yeah,
stuff.
for reals. Like if it's going to be, and it's free food as well, why wouldn't you?
And so Graham and I are actually going to move in together next year. So I've had a right year this year. I have to move out. So on Sunday, after going out drinking all night, coming home 5:30, being picked up for 7 to go do some stuff, came back home, had to clean up everything to have people come through the house for an open home.
Yeah.
So I have to move again, and the next place I go to will be my 5th time this year, the 5th place this year, and we're only in October.
Yeah.
I've moved,
Yeah.
I should really put this down on my CV that I can do the moving.
Organising,
I don't
absolutely.
really get my friends to help.
Yeah.
And my dad, thanks Dad.
Well, nobody likes moving. It's crap.
Yeah. And so half my stuff has been in storage for ages, which I need to get out of storage, and I just actually cannot wait until Graham and I live together because I'm pretty much here more often
absolutely.
than I go to work and then come to Graham's, kind of go home to sleep a little bit and then go to work and then come to Graham's.
Yeah.
So I just can't wait for us to live together, and I hate cooking, and Graham can cook amazing.
And we're going to build like a studio as well,
yeah,
right? So we're going to have like a permanent setup so that we can kind of do more off the cuff stuff, and we'll be able to sit not on the floor, which will be a bonus.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to happen probably in the new year.
Yeah.
Once I get back, because I'm going back to the UK for Christmas, which will be nice, and I'll do some podcasting from there because you can meet the family. They won't just be behind the camera anymore; they'll be in front of it.
I'm sad I'm going to miss out.
Yeah.
But
it's not cheap, man. It's hella expensive to fly to the UK. But you know what? We want to live on the other side of the world. What do you expect? Yeah, exactly. And we are literally the other side of the world. But it's nice because you know what? If anyone sets anything off, we're far enough away that no one cares. They just forget that we exist. So yeah, we're not going anywhere in a hurry, which is a bonus.
No. I'm hoping to do some travel because I, again, don't get out. Haven't really travelled. So in the next couple of years, I'm hoping to do some travel, and hopefully you'll be able to come with me, and then we can do some podcasts from overseas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And see the world kind of thing, which I've not done. You clearly have.
Oh yeah, bits and pieces of it. So the other thing that I discovered the other day is that Jade's not on Tinder. I thought everybody was using it at some point, even if it was just to like creep on people.
Yeah. So no, I've sort of always been in relationships, so I've never jumped on the Tinder bandwagon, and everyone keeps telling me I'm recently single this year, which is cool. Getting to see all my friends again, kind of thing, hang out, which is awesome.
Hmm.
Graham and I get to hang out. Not that we didn't before. It's
No,
just I
it's
live
just
closer now.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're really
Um,
close now, which is good.
yeah. So everyone keeps telling me get on Tinder and go out and meet people and stuff. I'm all about meeting people. I'm pretty social. I'm
Yeah.
pretty awkward. Like I
And
talk to anyone and everyone.
if you use Tinder right, you can get hella free food. Right. So I know people and guys just look out for this. I know girls that literally schedule one like they'll schedule a date every single night
Yeah.
with the expectation that they're going to go to dinner and it's going to get paid for.
So
So they don't even have to like they spend no money because they're getting free food every night.
See, I'm awful like that. Like I always feel bad if someone pays for me. So I'm always like, oh, I'll pay, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I've just wasted 4 years of my life, mate.
Yeah. And we all thought chivalry was dead. It's just on the other foot.
Yeah, it's really bad. I've got a friend at work, and he holds the door open. He holds the lift open. He will not walk in front of you out of a lift or a door, and he's just a real gentleman. And I'm like, what are you doing? Go first. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
So it's definitely not dead, but it's probably girls don't know how to react to it anymore.
Yeah. I was going to be controversial about feminists, but it's just manners as far as I'm concerned. Like hold the door open. It doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman. Just hold the door open. Like were you dragged up? Like I thought everyone just knew they were the basics, right? Just be a human.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Yeah. So anyway, Jade isn't on Tinder, and we were watching videos on YouTube last night.
We need to put some links.
We'll put some links onto it because Vanity Fair decided they were going to get some celebrities to take. I don't know how old these videos are, but they were pretty funny.
Yeah.
Celebrities to take over people's Tinders and swipe for them and like start conversations for them. And they had TJ Miller, they had Amy Schumer, Seth Rogen, which is really funny, and a couple of other random people that I'm sure are famous. I just don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But it's pretty hilarious. So essentially, we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take over Jade's Tinder, and with the intent of it, like they did it for comedy, so like it was hilariously funny. Like the one guy literally every time he replied to something, all he said was "nah, fam." Like the thing is, right? The girl, she was attractive, but she must have had like hella good photos because it didn't matter what she said. The guy, like the eager guy, just kept coming back and talking to her, and there was no conversation because everything he said, the guy just replied "no, fam." And I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm getting into conversation with people.
Yeah. See, I love to chat and stuff, but I'm not looking for a relationship. I don't know if I can bother wasting that time at the moment.
No, but we
can.
Up
a lot of time in the last 8 years on 2 relationships that didn't go anywhere. Different reasons and whatnot. But I can't be bothered, which is really funny. Like I can talk to anyone. I love chatting and talking and stuff. I just can't be bothered. So we're not gonna do any trolling. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, no, yeah, we're not gonna troll or catfish anyone.
And obviously we're not gonna put it online because I don't know if I'd like my stuff shown up like how they were doing it
Yeah. You could actually see people's profiles and like their pictures and actually their whole entire description and location. So we're not gonna do any of that. But if we do get you on any dates, we're gonna report back.
Yeah, and I'm fine to do that. And I also want to go on speed dating just because I think it'll be a laugh. Like,
yeah, I reckon that could be quite fun.
Yeah, you might be able to meet someone, and if not, you've chatted to someone, you've gone out, had a drink, whatever. It's all good. So I'm happy for kind of anything. I haven't really. There's quite a bit that I haven't done, so I'm like, yeah, let's go try it. Let's go do this. Whatever. I'm happy.
Life's full of experiences, right? Give it a go.
So
worst case scenario, you become a freak magnet.
Right.
Which I already am, to be honest. I'm like one of those people when you sit on the bus, I don't do it often, but when you do, if someone gets on the bus that you just think, oh my God, please, they will sit next to me every fucking time.
I practice a resting bitch face, and apparently I don't have one. And it's like an instant reaction. Like I look at someone, I see them look at me, so I just like smile awkwardly.
I know, it's that sort of weird sort of super white person smile as well, where you kind of just grimace at people and you're just like.
But I think I look like inviting, like, oh, she's short.
Yeah,
and cute.
I think we've got those faces where people are just like, I need to talk to you, and you're like,
no,
actually,
I do not want to talk to you unless I'm drinking. But I'm on my bus ride home. I don't want to even be here. Do not sit next to me. I like my space.
But it's the same like when you get headphones in and someone has a full conversation with you, a total stranger, and then when you don't reply, they get pissed off with you, and you're like, could you see that I had headphones in? Like I'm not interest. It's the same as when you get into the back of an Uber and someone's like super wanting to know about you, and you're just like, could you like back up?
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, side note, just to let Jade know, we finally loaded the podcast onto the iTunes, so it's in the podcast app. And I've marked it as explicit, so potentially if we drop a couple of bombs, it's not major, like
Yeah.
I just did back there.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we're back. Sorry. We were trying to make sure we had no interruptions this time, but clever me, because we're doing everything on a mobile device, I completely forgot to put things into airplane mode, and every time somebody rings, everything is cut off. So
Everything.
literally everything rings because I'm Apple everything, right? So luckily my
day,
computer wasn't
every
open
day.
all day every day. So my computer wasn't open, but my iPad rang, my watch rang, the phone rang, and cut everything off. So we've got a weird little jump, and it's starting to get dark outside, but hopefully the lighting is good and we look fly. That's the plan. But as I was saying before I got rudely cut off, sorry. Yeah, I've managed to get it into the podcast store, so you can listen to it on the SoundCloud app, and you can listen to it through your podcast app on your iPhone, which is cool. Please go subscribe and rate and do all that sort of stuff, which is good.
Like us on everything.
Yes, please. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Follow Facebook because that's kind of where all the updates come from.
Yeah.
But we were saying basically we're going to get Jade onto Tinder,
Yeah.
and we will set it up. We'll show you her photos and kind of her profile because we're happy to do that.
Yeah.
And then we'll start flicking left and right.
I'm gonna do my bio.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Just
kind of
literally just gonna
set it
do
up.
everything. And pick my photos. I've asked a couple of my friends to choose some photos for me.
We'll just do a photo shoot
Yeah.
in the living room, and then I can get onto Photoshop and like.
I don't want to Photoshop. I want to look at it like, hello. I don't want to look like all supermodel and stuff. You know.
Everybody uses Facetune or Photoshop or something. No one's Instagram photos are real.
I don't know what those things are. I know what Photoshop is, but I don't know what Facetune is.
So Facetune is kind of like Photoshop, but on your phone, and you can go like all celebrities do it, and they all take about 1,000 photos before they pick one to post. I don't do that. I take about 3 and I post it, and I'm like, deal with it, because I have not many followers. It doesn't matter.
Snapchat filter.
Oh my god, Snapchat is the boss.
Really big mouth thing because I find it so funny. I'm just cracking up myself. Like, it's not attractive at all, but I just find it hilarious.
No, the Facechat filters are like Snapchat. Even when I'm talking about FaceChat, Snapchat filters are on point, and actually the Facebook ones are not bad either.
No, they're not.
They've got some pretty good ones.
I always forget they're there though.
Yeah, totally. I never go into that function on Facebook, and actually I never use
um,
Instagram stories, but that's academic. But anyway, we'll set up a Tinder, and then we'll switch it up and we'll play with mine as well.
Yeah.
Which will be
So
quite
I think
funny.
literally we can just swap. Like I trust Graham enough that you can have my passwords on my phone or whatever.
Yeah, it'll be
like
all
that.
good.
So we'll just switch it up over here, and I'll just swipe. Which way is it?
Swipe left for no, right for yes.
I'll just be like,
Yeah, just swipe right the whole way through.
Yeah.
Actually, don't, because there are some special people on there.
I'm very special.
I don't have well, I was gonna say I don't have super high standards, but I kind of do. But I also need to replace all my photos because all my photos on Tinder currently have no hair in them. Some of them I'm wearing a cap, so we can keep those photos.
I just do broaden my horizons because pretty much everyone, aside from like you guys that I know from work, everyone I've dated has been from school. So I really
we need to get you out of that frame because
and I've always hung out with people that are older than me, so I sort of need to leave that age group behind and just meet some other people. And it's
generally when you go back to things like high school reunions, there's a reason why you're not in contact with those people anymore. It's a special class of there's a reason why you cut people out of your lives. Broaden your horizons, which will be fantastic. We'll do that.
And on that note, I was talking about speed dating. Where there is going to be a singles night, which is similar to speed dating, but more chill.
It's going to be super chill. So it's going to be at Astrid's.
Yeah.
It was our idea. One drunken evening, we were like, we should do a singles night. So that's what we're doing. And
we'll try to get her on to talk about it.
Yes, we'll get her on before that happens, which will be good because everyone can meet Astrid. She's super cool. She can tell you all about the bar and all that sort of random stuff. But yeah, we're going to have a singles night.
Astrid for having us.
Oh yes, thank you so much.
Awesome.
It was fantastic. I'm so glad we were able to do it with you.
Yeah, definitely loved it. So it's on the 20th.
Of November?
No,
October. 20th of
so
October.
It's Friday night.
Yep.
Which gives you heaps of time to recover if you've drunk too much.
Absolutely. And if you're in Auckland, put it in your calendar, please. It'll be good to see you there. There's a semi-age limit, I think. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we'll give you more details as it gets closer to the time. But it'll be good because it'll just be a chance to meet some new, totally random people.
Yeah.
which is cool. And I do that by accident. So the last time we were at Dr. Rudy's, before the last time, um, a time before,
Local.
yeah, no, I've only ever been there like twice. And the time before that, I got sunburnt in the winter sun, which you can see how I actually look quite brown in this, but I'm translucent. It's the white t-shirts. You see, if I wear white t-shirts, I look tan.
Yeah.
I do have more than white t-shirts in my wardrobe. Please, like I realize that everything that I've put out so far, I'm wearing the same clothes. Um, I'm not like the Steve Jobs of white t-shirts because he only used to wear like black polo necks. Like that's all he wore.
I love black, so most of my stuff is just black on black.
Yeah. Oh, I don't actually have a lot of black. I've got a couple of black things, but I tend to have a lot of color. But white is, I'm feeling white, and generally I don't wear white because immediately I put it on, it's destroyed. Like I don't even leave the house, and I've got like stuff all the way down me that I don't even know how it got to me because. And actually, I suspect there's a lot of people out there that are like that. But yeah, I just as soon as I put on white, it's a dirt magnet, and then I just cover myself in stuff that I don't even own, so I don't know how it gets there. What was I saying? Oh my God, I actually can't remember what I was saying. Before that, so oh yeah, Dr. Rudy's. Yeah, so I got sunburnt at Dr. Rudy's, like all down one side because I was sat like that to the sun. There was only one side of me. But there were some random chicks behind us, and they asked for something across the table. I think it was a lighter or something, so we passed it over. But I walked over to them instead of like throwing it at them because I'm a gentleman. Yeah.
I'm not. I would have been
And then I kind of got invited to their table, abandoned the people I was with, forgot my drink, went back to get my drink, and they were like, "Have you left us?" And I'm like, "No, come with me." So we just ended up turning into this massive group of totally randoms. Like,
which is good. It's good to meet different people. Like, obviously you and I, there's a slight bit of an age difference. We've hit it off. We've met through work.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
it's just how it is. We wouldn't have met any other way.
Yeah.
And we get
And the
on
age
really
difference
well.
is slight. I'd like to just
Yeah,
reinforce
very
that.
slight.
I'm not, well, if David's watching this,
3 or
he's
4
gonna
years.
feel terrible if I'm like, it's slight, deal with it. He's not old either. I don't care what he says.
No.
You'll meet David at some point. We'll have him on here.
Yeah.
He's a regular in
cool.
our life. Yeah, we like
Yeah.
David.
We've really got like a really cool.
Yeah, we've got a good group of really close friends,
Yeah.
and you will meet all of them at some point. We will bring them on as
We'll
guests.
force them.
And hopefully you don't like them more than us because we don't want requests for them to take over the podcast. They can start their own.
Yeah. No, because then they'll rival us.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. No, they
we'll
won't.
just add them
They're
on.
continuous guests. They'll just be guests forever. Perma guests. It'll be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of us for this week, I guess. We will be
Yeah.
back next week with the Tinder piece.
Yeah, and maybe on the weekend because we'll try and put something out on the weekend.
Yeah, we'll try and
see
do
how
like
it goes.
we're thinking about doing Sunday sessions. So
Yeah.
we want to put something out every Wednesday. And if we can do Sunday sessions, it'll basically be brunch with guests. We'll try and have a guest every Sunday.
I think that would be good for us.
Yeah, we'll get some food and we'll drink mimosas. Yeah, I don't want to blow my own horn or anything, but I am pretty
Everything
good.
I've had is amazing.
Yeah,
Except the coffee. I think I need to taste that again to check that it was.
to check that it was right. Yeah, it might have had rice in it or something.
Mm.
But we'll do Sunday sessions, which will be good. An opportunity to get some people round and potentially by the end of it be slurring.
Hopefully.
Well, that's the plan.
Not that we are booze hacks or anything.
Yeah, no. Actually, yeah, no, no, I'm not a big. I'm not a big. Oh, I'm not a huge drinker. Like I don't like drinking by myself. I'm not the sort of person who'll come home and like pour myself a drink on my own. I think that's sad. Like if you do, good for you.
See, I would, but I never have anything stocked up at home because I literally don't even use the kitchen at my house.
No, you don't.
if
You
I
like
did-
literally avoid it.
Yeah, if I did, I would probably have at least one drink every night. It's just.
I just can't do it. I don't like drinking by myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I the only one? I don't know. Tell us. But I can't do it.
No.
I kind of.
I think I'd be a happier person if I did. You know, just not.
I think I
probably
could
every
drink
night, but just
alone
one.
if I went to the bar. Like if I went to Astrid's every night and had a drink, it'd be fine because
See,
I
I
know
don't know
Astrid.
if I'd go to a bar by myself. Maybe this is something I need to do.
But I wouldn't go to a random bar by myself. I go to
Yeah.
Astrid's because she knows it, and at
And then
least
you
you
can talk
know
to
someone.
them,
Exactly,
yeah.
you can talk to someone there, and then they can come do a silly introduction. But I wouldn't just walk into a random bar on my own and be like, I need to do it because I'd be strapped to my phone the whole time because of my
Yeah.
security blanket.
Yeah. So people who go out to bars, give us some tips just by yourself.
Yeah.
Just go by yourself and just have a good night. Got a couple of friends who do that, and I'm very envious because I'm quite
I'm the sort of
chatty, but
person that if I know I'm meeting
can't
people at the
drink.
bar, I'll wait outside till they turn up.
Yeah.
And if they're in there, I ring them and go, you need to come out and get me because
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
walking. I've gotten better, but I don't like just. I hate crowds for a start.
Yeah.
Like I don't like a ton of people. When you walk into a place and you look around like a lost lemming,
Yeah.
and you're like in Lima trying to find where you're
I can't
going.
see anything because
Oh,
I'm
not a lemur.
the
What are
same
those things
height as
called?
meerkat.
Meerkat, yeah. Like a meerkat stood there, and a deer in the headlights, just
Yeah.
like confounded by the fact
Yeah.
you're in a place with other people.
Whereas I'm
And then
just like,
everyone turns and looks at you. Well, they obviously don't, but you feel like everyone
Yeah.
turns and looks at you and
I'm
you just want to
scuffling
die.
around like a minion.
Yeah,
Because I can't
exactly.
see
Yeah,
under the
exactly.
tables. Like I'm just like, hey guys, I'm over here.
Yeah,
I'm not that short, but I'm very short.
you're pretty short.
I'm a
Not that it's a
1 meter and
bad
half.
thing. Go short, people. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not medically short.
No.
That was probably a nice way of putting it. A PC way of putting it.
Yeah. I'm only a few
How did we
centimeters
get
over
here?
the booster seat. We're talking about bars and
We
drinking.
were talking about
Mimosas.
mimosas. Yes, or
Mimosas.
Sunday sessions. Like, guys, it's not that
This
it's
is what
late.
happens.
I know this is
Yeah.
genuinely what happens all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
Sunday sessions. That will be when we always have a guest on. Hopefully. Well, we
90%.
90% of the time
Yeah.
we'll have a guest.
Sometimes I might just bring one of my friends, especially if we're drinking.
Yeah,
Because I
absolutely.
have a lot of them that come out when we
Yeah,
drink.
because it's not going to be like we don't have to make it like a featuring. It's just
Yeah.
will there be more than two of us? So it'll
I was
be an
just talking
opportunity.
about my personalities when I drink.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they all come out to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Sunday sessions will be good. It'll just be us sitting around talking about the week.
Yeah.
And it'll be a good chance for you to kind of meet the wider group of friends
Yeah.
because there's a few of them out there and they're all
Yeah,
personality
I
characters.
think most of them are pretty good characters.
Yeah, they are.
Most of them you can just have a laugh with, and they're quite.
Well, like I said
quick.
before, I am, not that I want to label anybody, but I am a freak magnet. So I do attract people with great personalities. I attract individuals is probably the best way to put it. I know. What am I saying about you?
Again, I'm a
Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm fine. I coin it.
Yeah, absolutely. Own it. I own it. I have to. I can't get rid of that.
Last night, I'm sorry, I have to tell this. Last night I was over at Graham's. We were just sitting on the couch, Siriing each other.
Oh my god.
We were texting each other from text to talk on Siri.
And that actually happened as a result of seeing them doing it on the video, right? So on the
Oh, yeah,
YouTube video,
Tinder
they were
video.
using Tinder and they were talking to Siri and they were typing the message. And I was like, that thing is incredibly
Yeah.
accurate. Let's give it a go.
It was not accurate. Not for you.
No, it wasn't
was.
accurate for me. I changed it. In the end, I moved it from New Zealand English to British English and it worked.
Yeah, I think
But
I
it's
definitely lost my. So that
Pretty
makes sense.
hilarious. And then we started asking Siri questions and yeah, she's
Yeah.
better. She's got a really good sense of humor now, which is good.
Yeah. She's not
Um,
like me sometimes.
But that thing
She's
is,
a bit mean.
yeah. You do call her a bitch.
Yeah.
But that's okay. But no, it is hilarious. Give it a
Yeah.
go. Like on your keypad, there's like a little microphone thing in the corner. Tap it and then just
Yeah.
talk to it. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing because you can go, hey Siri, tell so and so whatever, and she just does it, and she's like ready to send. It's amazing. I love
I've
it's all about
screenshotted
Siri.
some, so we might eventually collate them all
Put them together.
Yeah.
Yeah, which will be good.
because it is funny.
So Wednesdays, hopefully every Wednesday, and then the Sunday sessions will start at some point. And as we get into the summer, it'll be better because the weather will be good, and
Yeah.
want to be out, and then we'll actually record them in the morning on a Sunday, like at
Yeah.
brunch time, so that'll be good, and we'll get everyone around, and we'll have food, which is food is good.
Yeah,
Food is always good.
very much
Um,
centre of any
oh,
social
eggs Benedict.
gathering.
Oh my god, eggs Benedict. That's me on a brunch.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
I'm like eggs Benedict minus the egg.
Minus the egg, so you like a Benedict.
Yeah.
Um,
I do.
you do like a emphasis on the dick. um, but yeah, that's our week. That's been our week. We spent a lot of time talking about food, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone's life revolves around food.
Yeah.
We've
Especially in winter in New Zealand.
that's kind of you do.
It's not that bad, but
No,
there's
it's-
nothing else to do.
No, there isn't. You just want to, and the food is generally quite good. I think we do all right. But yeah, so that's us.
Yeah.
Again, for the 17th time I've said that. We will be back next week. Thanks for watching. Remember to like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We will put a link somewhere. I don't know where it is yet because I haven't played with it. But there'll be a link here-ish.
Probably just over my face.
Oh yeah, over Jade's face. Which will take us we'll take you to the previous episode in case you haven't seen it. We will put a video out with some photos and the random footage that I managed to capture of the launch party. There's lots of videos of the chicks dancing with the light up shoes.
Yeah.
No, well, I managed to get just their feet, so we're not going to get like into trouble or anything, but that'll be fun. And then we'll see you again next week.
Yeah.
What have we got planned this week? Oh, we didn't even talk about the quiz. So we go to a quiz. We go to a quiz every week. We'll tell you more about this next week because we didn't win this week, so it's not important.
But we did win last week.
We did win last week, but
yeah.
this week
we came third.
We did come third.
We were only short by 2 points, and first and second were tied.
We're tied, and there was a stupid random tie break where they just had to whoever can make a noise for the longest amount of time. Thankfully we didn't, because if there's a tie break, I'm like, you know what, they can just have it.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather answer a question. I'm not a killjoy or a party killer or anything, but I'm like,
I mean, like, I can make super annoying noises. My sister and family can definitely
attest to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can make some random noises for real long periods of time, and whistling, I'm really good at high pitch, annoying long whistle. So I probably could have taken that down.
You probably could have taken him down. Yeah, that would have been pretty funny.
I'm not good at the quiz. But
you're okay.
I
like
get the random things.
We did all right in the music round last night.
Yeah. I answered one question on that, I think.
At least. The quiz is interesting because it's not like a normal quiz. It's like lots of random questions. We will take note next week and bring some of the questions with so you can get a sense of it. But for instance, one of the rounds was titled Labor or Porn.
Some of you might have seen it from Baby Shower Games.
Yeah.
I've seen it on Facebook recently.
And it's pictures of women's faces, and you have to say whether the person is in labor or whether she's in porn. We did surprisingly well at that round. The types of porn that I don't, that's not what I watch.
But I think because, like, we're busy there, she's got false eyelashes.
Yeah, like
her hair's not sweaty enough,
Yeah, absolutely. Like the chick is in like false eyelashes and like a full face of makeup. She's not giving birth.
No.
Like I've never seen anyone give birth, but I can assume, like I've seen enough on TV to know that those chicks are not like, I don't know, Kim Kardashian. I was going to say, Kim Kardashian might have been like rocking the styles.
Like unagi.
Yeah, I know, like we're thinking of the same thing all the time. But we've probably overrun a little bit this week, but that's fine because we're interesting people and we know you like us. We hope you like us. So like everything. Follow us on Facebook, it's Brazen Bants. Follow us on Instagram, Brazen Bants. Go and check out the podcast thing and subscribe to it so you can listen to us in the car if you're driving, which is a good place to listen, or if you're oh my god, you're on the bus or in an Uber and you're trying to dial out the driver. No, I'm good. So we will be back next week.
Yes.
It's always really awkward trying to end a podcast because I just like talking. I like the sound of my own voice. I do. Really? Yeah, like I really do. Seriously.
Okay.
Like
we're out.
Yeah, we're actually out this time. We'll see you next week. Bye.